Hey everybody, Zach Brent here with Your City Speaks. I'm here with my good friend and financial advising guru, Pat John. How's it going, my friend?
How's it going, Zach?
Love you, my friend.
Same here, bro.
This is going to be awesome. This is our very first collaboration show where we talk about a lot of cool stuff because Pat has an amazing story, great experiences, and he's just an all-around amazing guy. So welcome to our first collaboration show.
Good, great.
So
Great
first
to
of
be
all,
here.
yeah, this is going to be fun. I love it.
Okay.
So first of all, let's talk about financial advising. So how did you get into it, and what's your background, Pat?
Well, yes, I'm a financial advisor. I've been doing this for over 30 years. I worked for various companies at the beginning. Started my own agency about 20 years ago.
Okay.
What I do is I help people retire with the right retirement vehicle, where they could at least build tax-free income for life, all guaranteed, not worry about the stock market, where they could live, comfortably, sleep night knowing that anything happens in life, they're going to have guaranteed income.
Okay.
So I try and put people in those retirement vehicles.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Tons of experience, which is huge. And just helping people seems like a common theme because I've known you for a long time and you've always helped people. Let's talk a little bit about where you grew up. Where was that?
I grew up in New York City, back in the Bronx.
Okay.
Over 30-something years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
Born and raised there. Came to Las Vegas in 1983. Married. I met my future wife the very first night I was out here. I was only out here on a vacation.
Yeah.
I wound up going home for a couple of weeks. I knew I was in love, and that was my soulmate.
Yeah.
I came back to Vegas. I actually worked on Wall Street.
That's
had a great
awesome.
job, but I knew that she was my soulmate. I came home, we got married, and we've been married 33 years.
So you can find love in Las Vegas, people. All right.
You can.
Now, how did you get involved in boxing? Because I know that's a huge part of what you do as well right now.
That is correct. I started boxing when I was back in the Bronx. Of course, everyone needed to, of course, protect themselves.
Yeah.
So I started getting into boxing at an early age. Wound up boxing in the Golden Gloves.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, did pretty well. And then when I came to Vegas, I started boxing a little bit. I trained with a few of the lightweight champs. I was a lightweight.
Nice.
And I started becoming a judge.
That's cool.
And I became a referee and a judge, and I went from there, and now I'm the secretary of the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame.
And now the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame is huge.
I got my boxing chain.
We got the gloves here, we got gloves back here, we got the belts. I mean, Las Vegas, when I grew up, was the boxing capital. So when I was a kid, I watched Sugar Ray fight, and Hearns, and Tyson.
Duran.
Duran
Marvin
fights.
Hagler. Those were great. I mean,
Yeah.
Ali, Evander Holyfield.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's funny that we kind of...
We had them all.
Oh, yeah. And then it's such an amazing sport, boxing. And then that's how we met, is with a sport of actually tennis. Because I was a coach. I coached Pat's son.
Yes.
And that's how we met. And we formed an amazing team. We won... I won 10 state titles. You had 4 titles during that time.
And 3 with girls. We had a three-peat.
It's like a dynasty. But we're not going to brag, right?
No, we're not going to. I have some of my
There's some hardware right there.
But we're not bragging, right? About tennis.
And it's just about helping people. So when Pat got here, he was helping people with doing the boxing work, helping people on the tennis court, helping kids.
Yep.
And then...
I give back, that's for sure.
Oh, big time. And then, he, being such a nice guy, talk about how you met rock and roll legend and started working with the legend Vince Neil.
Vince Neil from Motley Crue, great guy. I met him years and years ago at the up in Las Vegas at the Red Rock Casino. We were at the same table at the next to our table at the VIP area, and we wound up betting with each other. Wound up become really good friends. Helped him. I wound up traveling with him from time to time. Became his financial advisor, then his personal assistant, and that's what I'm doing now for him.
So, if you're an assistant to a rock and roll legend, there has to be some trust that's built there.
Of course.
Yeah, you can't just be someone's assistant like that.
No. It took years of trust.
Same with coaching, same with being the secretary to the Boxing Hall of Fame. It just goes right into it. And then do you work with any other celebs? in town?
Yeah. I work with a few local celebrities right now, being their advisor through Vince and other various places. But very successful at what I do. Again, I help people retire tax-free, no deferred taxes, no worrying about the market crashes, no high fees.
Yeah.
Any of those government-sponsored plans out the window.
And celebrities love to hear about that because they have a ton of money they want to protect.
Well, there are plans that people are unaware of that are out there, and they just look at the government-sponsored plans and they figure that's the way to go.
That's the only way.
And it's not the way to go. It's the worst way to go, actually.
Now, let's talk a little bit of why you got into this business.
My dad, years ago, my dad worked for a huge company, and he had a private pension plan, which was great. He was always thinking far ahead, and always planning ahead. I think that's why I am the way I am, and I plan ahead for a lot of things. But I watched how my dad planned ahead. I watched how he was thinking 30 years ahead when he was going to retire. Unfortunately, the pension plans went away. He didn't, situations happened, and also pop, boom, the 401ks come into play.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Everyone thinks that's the way to go.
Yeah.
It's not. The government's not your friend. I don't know if anyone realizes it, but they're not. They come up with ways how to get you, and
and that was one of them.
They want you to defer your taxes till retirement, but taxes is going to be. I mean, we're in a $20 trillion deficit. What do you think taxes is going to happen? It's going to go up.
Oh yeah.
And you're going to be in a higher tax bracket, not in a lower tax bracket. When you retire, they're going to get 3 to 4 times more if you defer. That's why they say max out your 401k.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing to do.
Yeah.
So I teach people how to retire tax-free, guaranteed, not worry about the stock market. We take care of that. If anything happens, their money is frozen. They never lose. When the market goes back up, they get all the gains. So it's a fantastic plan, and people need to be aware of these plans that are out there.
That's awesome.
So, again, with my dad, so he did the 401k. He put his max out just like he was told to do. It went up, it went down, it went up, it went down, and he was thinking ahead to.
And that was in a 401k.
That was in his 401k. Yeah. And he heard the same garbage that you hear all the time from these guys. Don't worry, you're in for the long haul.
Yeah.
You're in for. How many times have you heard that?
Yeah.
That's just them justifying how they're just ripping you off. That's all they're doing. I mean, you shouldn't defer your taxes till you're going to get killed with taxes when you retire, when you need the money the most.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing. It's like,
because by then you're making the most amount of money.
You're making the most amount of money. You're in a huge tax bracket. It's like, why would you want to pay, they use that the farmer's term. You want to pay taxes on the seed, not when the harvest grows, and pay taxes at the back end when you need the money the most.
Yeah.
You pay it on the seed, you get rid of it. When you're ready to retire, it's tax-free income for the rest of your life, all guaranteed. That's the way to retire.
Now, was your dad able to retire? And what ended up happening
he had it all planned to buy a beach house in Florida, buy a motorhome, take my mom up the East Coast and visit all his family. Unfortunately, his 401k when he turned 65 was on a downslide, and he had to work 5 to 7 years longer.
Than he needed to.
And stressed out, his dreams didn't come true. A lot of health conditions came into play. He never retired with his dreams. He wound up dying at age 75, never buying a home in Florida, never getting that motorhome, and seeing his family up in up in the East Coast. I feel so bad right now, but that's why I decided that I wanted to help people.
Yeah.
I wanted to help people, make sure that that's never happens to anyone again. So I decided to go into this business. And that's why I'm here.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thanks a lot, Pat. I appreciate it. I hope you guys love this video. Stay tuned for more, and we'll talk to you later. See ya.
Thank you.